So it's that time of year again. It's sweater season. And I have a lot of things that I'm planning to make as Christmas gifts this year because my sister is coming up from New Zealand, and I think at this point it's almost a rule that I have to make Oscar some sort of sweater for his Christmas gift. So I have a lot of things that I'm planning to make in the winter period, but I've been collecting some very nice yarn. If you saw my Zurich vlog, then you'll know that when I was there, I went yarn shopping. And I've also been buying handspun from all of my friends on Instagram. I've just been waiting for the right project to use it in. And now that I've got all this yarn gathered together, I was just thinking that maybe I could sneak a cardigan in for myself before the end of the year. So because this project is going to use a lot of different kinds of yarn, I'm not going to go through every single skein that I'm using. But I did want to show off some of the handspun yarn that I've gotten from my friends because it is very unique and special, and it is going to be the star of this project. So I'm going to start with this one. This yarn is a custom skein that I got from my friend Raya. It's this beautiful mixed fiber handspun plied with a boucle. I want to say the boucle is mohair, but I can't remember, but it's really pretty. It's got all of these purple colors in it and pink, which is exactly what I asked for. This one is from my friend Chloe. She also has a YouTube channel. I'm just gonna put usernames and everything up on the screen so you guys can see. This one was a gift from when I went and met up with her when I was in the UK. And she made this one specifically for me. It's got all these different colors in it. This one is one that I got from my friend Nora. It has a bunch of sari silk in it. I think it's primarily sari silk, actually. I'm doing a raglan because I'm very comfortable with raglans, but because I want to use the Italian cast off for all the ribbing, I'm going to leave the ribbing around the neckline until the end. I think that's just the easiest way to do it because the Italian cast on is a pain in the ass and I really don't want to do it. I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna pack up and head over to the university where Oscar is, cast on, and then knit for a bit and see how I go. Hi guys, so it's around 4 o'clock on Thursday. We were up late last night playing Age of Empires with Oscar's colleagues, and then this morning I had a meeting to arrange a yarn spinning workshop at a bookstore. Here's what I've got so far. It's worked out pretty quickly. I've finished the raglan increases and now I'm just knitting the body. I've been having a little bit of trouble deciding whether I want to add this. I asked for Oscar's opinion and he said that I should just try it. And now that I'm down to the body, I guess it's easy enough to frog if I need to, so I'm just gonna add it in, see how it looks, and then go from there. I'm gonna continue the same pattern. You guys can see I've just been alternating 2 different yarns and then swapping them out every now and then, and I think it looks pretty good. Just yesterday, I was talking about how easy it would be to frog a couple of rows if I didn't like the way it looked. And when I added in the green yarn, I decided that the white had to go. So I frogged back to this point. Obviously it's before the split. I don't think the white necessarily looked bad. It looked good with this green, which I want to use for the ribbing. But the other green has some like olivey, swampy tones to it, so I wanted to make sure that everything was looking good together. And I felt like with the white, it was just a little bit too garish. So I've gone ahead and taken that out. I think probably I'll just stick to my brighter colors because I don't really knit with white a lot. I would have filmed the frogging process, but we were out last night. We went to Ungdomshuset with some of Oscar's work friends, and we got a beer and dinner, and it was really nice. They also had like a craft night going on. They have a craft night every other Thursday. It wasn't like a super big group of people, which is perfect for me because I can be a little bit awkward. apologies for the lighting situation, but this is what I've got now that I've finished knitting the body. Now I'm gonna move on to the ribbing at the hem. I'm using this color, and then I can start on the sleeves. Hi, so it's the next day and I managed to finish the ribbing yesterday. I did a little Italian bind off just to finish it off, and this is what I've got so far. I'm super happy with the stripes. I was testing out this new striping technique that I've seen a couple people doing recently. I'll put up some pictures of the inspiration that I had. I just think the combination of hand spun and hand dyed makes these stripes really pop, and it keeps the eye engaged, which was definitely my goal. The ribbon contrasts quite a bit because it's not quite the same green as the green that I used in all of the stripes. But I think once I've added it to the collar and the cuffs, it'll really pull it all together and look a little more cohesive. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Quick little recap of what I did. I didn't make a gauge swatch for this. If you don't know roughly what your gauge is going to be, I would definitely recommend doing a gauge swatch so that you know how wide your neckline is supposed to be. I decided that my neckline was going to be 98 stitches wide, and then I subtracted 4 stitches to account for the button band. And then I divided 98 by 6, and I sort of figured out how many stitches I wanted for the back panel, the sleeves, and the 2 front panels. So the back panel should be roughly 1/3 of the stitches. You're going to split that in half for the front 2 panels, and then you're going to subtract the 4 stitches from before. So you should have the same amount as the back, minus 4 stitches. It's a little confusing, but I will try and write all of the details in the description below so that you guys can calculate it for yourselves if you're wanting to make a raglan cardigan just like this one. I'd also really recommend checking out Kate Bees' raglan guide. That's where I learned how to knit a raglan, and I've just sort of been using that as a base and adjusting everything to make clothes the way that I want to make them. Okay, I think I'm going to call it there, guys. Obviously the cardigan isn't done, but I am probably going to make a part 2 to this video because I don't think I'm going to be able to knit the sleeves and all of the ribbing and all of that within the next couple of days. And I would like to have this video out on time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed working on this project. It's been great to work on another big knitting project again. Especially something that I haven't done before. It's been really fun to try out new techniques like this striping. So if you like this video, please consider leaving a like, maybe even leave a comment, and definitely subscribe to see how this cardigan is gonna look when I've finished it. You can also follow me over on Instagram if you'd like to see what I'm doing when I'm not working on YouTube videos, because I am always making stuff, but it doesn't always end up in a YouTube video just because they take so long to make. So if you're interested in seeing behind the scenes, definitely check out my Instagram, and possibly check out my web shop if you're interested in hand spun and hand dyed yarn. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!